There's an old saying in ham radio, if you can hear them, you can work them. Now, while that's not entirely true, one thing that is for certain, if you can't hear them, you're definitely not going to work them. Today we're going to be taking a look at a new mobile speaker from Lido Radio, this time on K8MRD Radio Stuff. So this is the new external speaker, they call it, from Lido Radio. It's rated for 5 to 10 watts, depending what the output of your radio is. And you can either buy it just as the speaker itself, or you can also buy separately this clamp that's going to clamp to the Lido mount that I have in my car. Speaker alone's 20 bucks, the clamp is 20 bucks. Buy them both, it's 40 bucks. Pretty easy. So I got to say a big thank you to Jim at Lido Radio for sending this to us. We saw this at Hamcation, and he told me he'd send me one of these. So I'm excited to get this installed in the car. Let's hop on the bench and take a look around and see what we got. So here's a close-up of this speaker. We've got a nice metal grill on front. It's kind of hard to see the speaker inside, but you can see it's just one kind of oblong-shaped speaker. Again, 5 to 10 watt rating on this, so hopefully it sounds really good. Spoiler alert, I've already used this. It does sound really good. Dimensions on it were 110 millimeters wide, 75 millimeters high, and 60 millimeters deep. So that's roughly, I don't know, 4.5 by 3.5 for us simple folk here in the US. You've got it, it comes with this mounting bracket here, not this part here. The clamp is sold separately, but you've got a nice mount that's got, I like how it has these kind of longer slots in there so you can size it to wherever you need. You can also unscrew it completely and remove it if you need to with just these little thumb screws here that are slotted, so you can stick a flathead screwdriver or something in there. Comes with a 6-foot cable. This is kind of my only gripe about this, and it's not just this, it's every mobile speaker. These cables need to be longer. In all honesty, I think most radios are in the trunk. I wish they would give us like 15 feet of wire just to be able to go from the front of the car all the way into the trunk, but that's okay. Has a mono tip sleeve, 3.5 millimeter L jack on it. I'm going to cut this off and put some power poles. That's how I extend the wire to get to the radio in my car. Great thing about this though, something else to think about. It doesn't necessarily have to be a mobile application. Think field day, think parks on the air, think winter field day, any kind of special event station going on. It's so much nicer to have a speaker like this just sitting on your radio firing at you instead of having a speaker facing up. I was just using this on Friday, last weekend, on my porch, testing it out with my 7300 plugs right in the back of the 7300, and it sounded fantastic, so much better than just the speaker facing up. So don't just think this is a mobile application only. Then taking a look at this clamp mount, these are really great. They just unscrew. This jaw is stupid strong. They're so rigid. You can take it off like this, and that's how you actually take it off, but that's how you can loosen it and wiggle it and get it just exactly the way you want it. So let's go install this in my car and see how she sounds. But first, I gotta put some power poles on this. Now, installing the speaker couldn't be any easier. I've already got my Lido mount here. One trick I want to show you, this is the cable for the head of my radio. If you kind of insert that into this little V, you can use that to support or to kind of hide your cable a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and clamp the mount pretty high up here. And I'm angling the whole thing down, and then I'm going to point the speaker back up towards me just to kind of get it out of the way a little bit. And that is kind of perfect. Then I can take both of these wires. I'm going to run the speaker wire itself down through the cracks of the seats here, and then I'm going to zip tie everything just to tidy it back up a little bit. And that should be it. So we'll run this wire to the back. I'm literally just going to tuck the wire down through the crack of the seat like such. Then the wire just comes out from underneath the seat, and you can see I already have a speaker wire that's connected to the radio, so all I have to do is connect the Andersons, and then this speaker wire tucks underneath the seat here, and I've just kind of ran everything by cramming wires in cracks, and then here you can see them coming out, and then the speaker wire goes into this box. This is where I house the body of the 891. Just picked this box up at Walmart, and then the speaker wire goes in the hole there, and then you want to put an Anderson on the other side, which I already have in here. It goes again from the speaker wire to an Anderson and then to the original connector again, and then you plug it right into your radio. Then I'll just use a couple zip ties to tidy this up a little bit. Tuck that all down. That's all she wrote. But how does it sound? Let's find out. So we got a nice strong signal here, and I've been driving around with this for the last couple days, just kind of testing it out. I can tell you, with driving with the windows down, very easy to hear. It's very clear. So let's take a listen here. It's going to be a little probably different to hear it through my microphone than it is sitting here, but as soon as that station comes back, we'll take a listen.
Yeah, and I guess we all kind of have our favorites. The Delta loops have
so that's the volume at about 2 o'clock. You can crank it all the way up.
Kind of sticking with it, and I have an 80 meter Delta loop too.
Even with the volume all the way cranked, it doesn't really distort. It sounds pretty good and clear. It's not bad for a $20 speaker.
Delta loop. If it's any time I'm thinking about the interaction, if there is any interaction, I imagine there is, or it might be helpful, and on the other hand, it might not.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I'm hearing a little bit of some kind of squeaking noise. I'm not sure what that is, if that's the speaker on his audio. It's probably on the speaker, but it's pretty insignificant. But yeah, just very, very loud and clear. That's pretty awesome. And to be able to kind of manipulate it and angle it, facing right at you, that's pretty awesome. So go check it out, lidoradio.com. I'll leave some links in the description, and we'll see you again on another episode of KMRD Radio Stuff 73.